So float has a variety of usages. In a previous video, we showed how we can use float to create this alignment to the right of the search box. However, what if you want to create a gallery? And in that gallery, you want to have a bunch of images, sort of like a grid of, say, products or photos or whatever. So here we have my gallery. We're going to go into the HTML. So we're going to start off by just creating a div, give it an ID, call it gallery, right? Gallery. Next thing that we want to do is we want to create the actual images, right? So we'll create another div, give it a class. We're going to call it, maybe we'll call it item. There's going to be lots of items, right? And in there's going to be another div, and it's going to say some stuff, right? So that's sort of like the caption, right? And then you're going to have an image, right? And in there, you're going to give it a source. So here, we're just going to give it laurenpixel.com. Just give it some for placement stuff there. Okay, what else do you need? All right, so I think that's probably it. So let's go here, and we are going to, let's just see how that looks. So right now, it looks like that. So let's add a bunch of them. So let's see, have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we want this to have different colors, different pictures. So if I just use it like this, it's going to give me the same picture. So let's just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll say 9, and now I should be able to test it and give me different pictures. Okay, so now we have different photos. All right, but this isn't the way this gallery looks pretty terrible, right? I want this to be aligned to go left to right, in the grid pattern, and then kind of go to the next thing. So the easiest way to one way to do it, and like I said, there's a million different ways to do these types of things. But one way would be, I have a class name of item, right? That item is inside of gallery. So we could do maybe a descendant, say gallery item, right? And the item is a class and gallery is an ID, so it has a pound, right? And then you can add your little curly brackets, and then here you can say float, right? I want to float left. Right, now test this, and look, we're getting there. Couple things. One of them, they're super close together, so we want to add some styling around that. Another thing is, look where our footer went. This happens a lot with floats, when you use floats. Easiest way, we'll fix that first. First thing we want to do is get rid of this footer, make sure the footer is where the footer belongs, which is at the bottom. All you need to do that is come over here. We have a footer, so semantic footer tag. So all I got to do is, because it is an element, we can do a type selector, element type selector of footer. Go here and say clear both. Now we test this, and footer is no longer there. It is at the bottom. Okay, so we got that. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is make this look a little bit better because they're really close together. One thing we could do is let's add some padding, right? So we'll go here, we go to item, say padding. How much padding? Maybe we'll add, let's say 10 pixels, right? Test that. And now we have 10 pixels, right? But actually, I want to add a border too, right? So we could add a border. Go over here and we'll say border, right? Border, we're going to have a border of 1 pixel. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like a light gray, and it's going to be a solid line, right? Test that, and now we have the border, but now we realize that the borders are touching. So we need to make spaces between this box and that box. To do that, what we could do is we'll just go over here and say margin right, and we'll give it a gutter of 10 pixels. And now, there you go. So now we have a space, we have our content. It's all nice little grid. Actually, the bottom, maybe we want to add a little border to the margin to the bottom. So we go margin, oops, bottom, maybe add 10 pixels there too. See how it looks. that looks a little bit better. Okay, so now what happens, because the float, if I were to resize this, you'll see that it actually stacks up really nice. It could definitely make this more complicated, but for floats, this is a pretty simple example how you'd use that.